Hey guys, I am Foxtrot Delta, and welcome back to some more Star Trek Legacy using the Ultimate Universe mod 2.2 and the 11 mod. And one of you brought to my attention that you wanted to see me go through another ship listing. You know how way back when I first got this mod, I made several videos on the specific ships that were included in the mod. Well, that's kind of outdated now that I have the 11 mod added on to it. And one of you wanted to see what the 11 mod has done. What new ships are in the game, so I figured that I would make a new list, only listing the factions that were affected by the 11 mod and listing the new ships that are in there. So, starting off, we're going to go through the Federation ships. Now, probably a lot of you already know what ships are in the 11 mod, but we're going to go through them anyway. So, first of all, let's scroll a little bit to the 11 Hermes class Scout. This is a new ship from the 11 mod. I don't believe that it was in the regular version of Legacy, but I may be wrong. Maybe it was. I can't remember. But I do know that it is not part of the regular Ultimate Universe mod. It is part of the 11 mod. All the ships that are part of the 11 mod have the Roman numerals for 11 right there. Next ship is the 11 Kelvin class. And of course, this is the ship that gets attacked in the beginning of the 2009 movie. One of my favorite scenes in that movie, actually, is that beginning attack, because it's just so epic. Not very powerful ship. It does have shields, like all the 11 mod ships, but it's a very early ship, so it is not that powerful. The weapons are not very powerful, but you can upgrade things, which is good. Moving on to the next ship is the 11 Federation Shuttle, and I have used this in the past. It's a Federation shuttle, not really much I can say. It does not have shields, or if it does, they're not registering here. Here's the regular shuttle. Let's see, what else is there? The 11 Saladin class Destroyer. This is basically a Hermes class, except a little more powerful. I think they look practically the same, but like I said, it's probably a little more powerful. Otherwise, it would probably be right next to it, which it isn't. So, let's see, what other ships? The 11 Kelvin Mark II class. So this is basically a Kelvin, but it's a refitted version of the Kelvin, kind of like the Enterprise A. This is the Kelvin A, sort of. I mean, it's the upgraded version of the Kelvin class. Can't really add much to that. That's what it is. And I actually do like the looks of this ship a lot. It looks very much like the other ships in the 11 mod. Not too old-fashioned like the regular Kelvin class, but it looks very futuristic and powerful. Let's see. Next one is, the 11 Mayflower Mark II class. This reminds me a lot of the original series Miranda class, which has none of the weird nonsense up top. It's just two warp nacelles on the underside of the saucer, and that's what this ship is, and that's what the original Miranda class is. So I'm guessing this is basically the 11 mods version of the original Miranda class. I don't really know how powerful it is, but it doesn't have any torpedoes. I remember that. You can see no torpedoes. But of course you can upgrade stuff to make it more powerful and better performing in battle. Next ships would be the 11 Miranda class. So this is literally the 11 mod version of the Miranda class. This actually looks like it's the 11 mods version of the refit Miranda, not the original series Miranda. And let's see, the supply refit actually performs better than the 11 mod refit, which is interesting. And I've noticed that the 11 mod ships worked really well. They were very powerful in the regular stock version of Legacy, but when I got the Ultimate Universe mod, they seemed to lose their overwhelming power. That may not be true, but I think that's what it is based on my observations. They don't seem as powerful with the Ultimate Universe mod as they were without it. Okay, next ship in that mod would be the 11 Constellation class. A very beautiful looking ship, and there's a Stargazer. It's Constellation class, except it's 11 mod versionized. It has the 4 warp nacelles, and they look like the 11 mod warp nacelles. Okay, next ship would be on this list. I think it's the Constitution class ships. Yes, the 11 Constitution. This ship is just beautiful. Look at that. It's very majestic in space, all of the nice curves, and it's very pleasing to the eye compared to this, which isn't bad looking. The original series Constitution is not a bad looking ship, but this just looks better to me. And let's see, weapons power is the same. This has slightly better hull, but this has better sensors. And I think better shields, maybe, the original series has. But it's a very good ship. It performs very well in combat, and it just looks fantastic. Next ship, the Armstrong Mark II class. This is a heavy cruiser. It is a battleship, basically. It's a very good fighting ship. It has the main, or no, this is the secondary hull, because this is the primary hull, and then 2 warp nacelles. It looks very similar to the 11 Miranda class, except with that extra secondary hull down there. I don't know, let's see, how powerful is it compared to the Constitution? Okay, yeah, it's a big difference compared to the Constitution. So between this and this, you want to have this on your fleet if you're going into battle against something very powerful. Next ship, I think, yeah, the Newton Mark II. This is a very interesting ship. It's kind of reminiscent of the Proxima class with the 2 secondary hulls down there. But it's very compact, and I like what they've done with the warp nacelles, having them slung just over the saucer here. And it is a really good looking ship, but let's see what the stats are compared to this. So this, okay, not too big of a difference actually. Yeah, I don't see any noticeable improvement in the statistics for its health and weapons over the Armstrong class, but it is a very good looking starship, and I believe that is all that there are for the 11 mod ships in, yeah, the Federation. So we're going to go back to, no we're not, we're going to go to, no, we're going to go to disengage, there we go, and we're going to check out the Klingons, because the Klingons have new ships, or at least a new ship, I think, added to them. By the way, this is all in the original series era. I don't think there are any next generation era ships added to any of these fleets with the 11 mod, although the Narada might be an exception. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that. But let's see what this has to offer. So, normal ships. Just want to make sure. Yeah, normal. Regular Ultimate Universe ships. Here we go. 11D7. Now, I believe in the stock version of Legacy, it was the 11 mod Katinga, but I may be wrong. You may have to correct me on that. But with the Ultimate Universe mod, it's the 11D7, and let's see, it's not quite as good in firepower as the Deathrite cruiser, but let's see, it does have better shields, better sensors, and better engines, it looks like. And let's see with the actual D7. I can't see any improvement or loss of any of these factors down here between the 2 ships, the D7 and the 11D7. I think that's all that there are. Let's just see. Yeah, that's all there are from that mod. Moving on to this button. The Romulans. This is the other faction that has altered ships from the 11 mod. So I think the only thing here is the 11 Romulan Bird of Prey. It looks very elegant and not very threatening. You can see that, actually, you can see the disruptors right here. That's where they fire from. So actually you can see it's a very highly armed spacecraft, but not too, okay, yeah, the exact same statistics as this Bird of Prey, although it is better than this one. And maybe the Narada is included here, maybe not. Oh, it is. Okay, good. So this is the Narada. This is the other and final ship in the 11 mod. This is the other one for the Romulans, and it is very powerful, kind of. I mean, it doesn't have any strong disruptors. It's more of a torpedo-based ship. And with the original version of Legacy, without the Ultimate Universe mod, this thing's torpedoes would rip right through your shields instantly. It was very scary. It was a very formidable opponent, and it was terrifying to fight against. Even using next generation ships against it didn't have that much of an improvement. But with the Ultimate Universe mod, it isn't quite as powerful as I wish that it was, but it is still a very aggressive looking ship, very intimidating, and it's huge also. So it has that going for it. So those are the only ships that have been added with the 11 mod, which is compatible for the Ultimate Universe mod. I didn't know if you guys knew that all these were here. Not many of you request them, but I just assume that's because you just didn't want to see them, which is fine. I like them, though. They're really cool looking, and though their weapons, especially the Federation phasers, those things are neat. And actually, you know, the same goes for the disruptors on the Klingon ships and Romulan ships. Those things, they're very similar to the 11 mod Federation phasers. They just pulse, and it's very futuristic looking. So, yeah, I can't really say too much about this anymore. I think I've gone through all the ships. I'm not going to have a battle day. I just wanted to go through that list. There will be another battle video coming out tomorrow. But yeah, those are all the ships that are in that 11 mod. I hope that this was informative to all of you who didn't know those were there. And if you did know they were there, well, then I just repeated myself and it was really boring. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please be sure to leave it a like. And if you are not subscribed, please subscribe if you want to see more. If you guys did not like this video, I do apologize for that, and please, I ask that you leave a comment in the comments section and tell me what it is that I can do to improve the next videos that I make. Something like, hey, actually put a battle in a video next time. That would help. But yeah, leave a comment about that. And, oh, as always, if you want to see any specific type of ship or battle scenario, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section about that, and I will read those and I will try my best to use those ideas in my future videos. So, as always, I am Foxtrot Delta, and I will see you next time.